camera a little bit. That sun's about to come right over my head right now. See if anybody joins. Saturday at 7. It's been a while since I've done one of these, so we'll see if anybody joins or not. I might have to move over there to that bench. Tanner, how's it going, buddy? Brandon, how's it going, man? It's been a while since I've done one of these things. It's been a minute. I think it's been a few months since I've done a live. I'm just hanging out in Austin, drinking a beer out here at Batch Brews. It's a little German place. Pretty neat, pretty nice. Just enjoying the nice hot Texas sun. The sun's moving like right here, so I'm gonna wait. Hopefully here in like a couple of minutes it'll drop right under the shade. God, I'm gonna go ahead and move because the sun's like messing with my eyes. Let's see. I'll answer some of y'all's questions here in a minute as soon as I get settled here. That's better. That's a lot better. That's 10 times better. But yeah, there we go. Do you run a CB you passed the other day? What do you mean by a CB? What do you mean by a CB? Explain. Excuse my because I'm running a excuse me. I'm riding a oh, okay. Duh, CB, the radio. I thought you meant some other term, but no, yeah, okay. I haven't reinstalled my CB yet. I need to buy a little adapter for it because it won't connect with the power connections that are in the truck right now. So I have to buy a little adapter for it. Once I get that, then I'll have my CB back again. I like Austin. I like coming out here and visiting. I don't think I could live here because it's starting to get a little overcrowded over here. But I love coming to visit every now and then. I mean, I live in San Antonio. It's like an hour and a half away, so there's always something to do around here. Yeah, there's something to do around every corner in Austin. So, oh, that sucks, Tanner. Yeah, I wish if I would have had my radio, I definitely would have hollered back at you. But I need to get it back reinstalled again. I don't have it yet. But that's cool. That's neat. Hopefully I didn't try to run you off the road or anything like that. Well, Brandon, that's the catch-22 about local driving. The catch-22 with local driving that I tell everybody right now, at least just in the little over 3 months that I've been doing it, is that you're not going to make as much as you were doing OTRs. There's just no way around it because you're not going to drive more than 8 to 11 hours a day, and chances are most of these local jobs are only working you 4 to 5 days a week, maybe 6. So you're not going to put down a lot of mileage, and a lot of the times these local jobs don't even pay you mileage. They pay you by the hour or by the route, right? And unfortunately a lot of these local jobs don't pay very well as far as hourly is concerned, right? The average that I seem to see on local jobs are about $19 or $20 an hour. Luckily for me though, I don't get paid by the hour, I get paid by the route. So the route that I'm on, the going from San Antonio to Laredo and back every day, that pays me $200 a day. So I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but for me, you know, I split my all of my housing costs with a roommate, so I end up still making pretty good on that. So it's not too bad, to be honest. But definitely not as much as what I was making OTR. But that, you know, there's a catch-22 to both, right? Because if you're OTR, you can make a lot of money, right? But you got to be able to put the miles in, which means that if you're gonna put 3,000 miles down, you're probably rolling what, like on average, maybe about 55 to 60 hours. If not, you're almost maxing out your clock every week. And if you want to do that, that's fine. But you know, that's the give and the take with both. There's a chance that you might be able to find the perfect local job that can pay you a lot and still be able to have, you know, your normal schedule and stuff like that. But you gotta, you know, that's just about going out and looking and finding the right situation. So as far as money is concerned, I'm not making as much as I was doing OTR, but that was to be expected, in my honest opinion. But there are local or regional jobs that you can find, I'm sure, that'll pay you pretty close to it. So, I mean, because to be honest, there were weeks when I was working. Excuse me. Like when I was working with CFI, I mean, in order to make any kind of money there, I had to put down over 2,500 miles to even make a decent amount of money. So that's what I'm saying. And then, you know, not having a consistent schedule, always having to be different hours of the day, all of that fun stuff. It's all, you know, it's a lot. That's why I got out of it for now. I wanted a little bit more consistency in my life. I enjoyed all of my driving around the country, and once I got that out of my system, I was like, I need something a little bit more stable, something where I can have a little bit more of a personal life, so I can do things like this, you know, on the regular. Yeah, Brandon, that's pretty much the choice you have to make. You know, it's either you just keep doing what you do, or you're gonna have to, or if you want to go local, you're gonna have to be okay with the pay cut, or like I said, keep searching, and you might find the right situation. Like that's the best thing that I can tell you, is that you might find the right situation, but you're gonna have to like keep looking and keep searching until you find the right situation. I kind of lucked out to, excuse me, I kind of lucked out, to be honest, going with SEVA, finding SEVA and whatnot. I've really enjoyed my time with them, and it's, you know, it's been everything I could have asked for from a local position. That was one of the things that I looked into as well, was being like a yard dog, because I know that they pay they don't pay too bad. Some of the yard jockey jobs are around $18 or $19 an hour. Wow, that's insane for UPS. $41. That's insane. That's a lot of money. I wonder what that entails, though. I wonder like what the full extent of that job entails to be able to pay you $41 an hour. For $41 an hour, shit, I'll go work over there right now. I said, that's a lot of money. But I know that some companies, some warehouses will, you know, they'll pay you like 18 or 19 an hour, and all you do all day long is just move trailers from one end to the other. One end to the other, box, put it in this box, move it from this box, put it in this dock. And that's all these yard dogs do every day. Like we have yard drivers too at SEVA in our warehouse, and that's all they pretty much do all day long. They're in their truck, and they just move trailers from the parking spots, the empties, and then they move them to the dock, from the dock back over so that we can pick up the loadeds, and that's all they do all day long. They just do that, and I'm like, yeah, that's not a bad gig. I'm drinking one of the brews here at this brewery, and it's a blonde. It's just a blonde, really. Like they named it. I think it's called a Batch's Best here, which is the name of the brewery here. But it's just a blonde. It's a blonde with a little bit of a fresh accent in it, so it's not too bad. But it hits really good on a hot day. I'll tell you that, because I can't do an IPA or a double IPA if it's too hot outside, because it doesn't refresh me. It makes me feel very shitty, if I'm being honest. But so a nice blonde works very, very well in the heat. I don't know if I'm contemplating getting one more. It's kind of expensive though. It's like $6 a bottle, or $6 a pint. Ooh, man, that's a lot of miles. Your truck must go. Your truck must not be governed. I would say, yeah. Oh, I'll make a mark of that mojado. Thank you, mojado. Yeah, Brandon. That's exactly why I went local. I just needed more of a work-life balance, and I wasn't even when I was with MVT. I still couldn't get it like as much as I maybe thought that I could, like being home every week. But I mean, only being able to be home and do your resets, which is basically 1.5 days. And you could haggle with them to get 2 or 3 days off maybe sometimes, but having to fight like that for an extra day off or anything like that, and then having to go back and do another 65 hours in a week, it wasn't. I got tired of it really quickly, and I just wanted to have more balance. I wanted to be able to be home a little bit more, and get my personal life together a little bit, but still be able to do truck driving. So, like I've said before many times, I know that there was a way to make it work both ways, right? To where you could still be a truck driver and do what you like to do, but still be able to have a life at home. Like there's a way to be able to do that, and whatever it was, I was gonna find it, and I feel like I have so far. Doesn't necessarily mean that I won't go back to OTR or anything like, or regional or anything like that. It's always on my mind. I could always go back if I wanted to. I got an open door to go back to CFI or MVT if I ever want to go back. Probably wouldn't go back to CFI. The rates are really low, and the freight, from what I hear, is still hasn't picked up since Heartland took over everything. MVT though, the freight was never a problem. I always had freight to pick up, but it was just a lot of hours and a lot of driving. Dude, there's a brewery like on every corner of the street over here in Austin. I think just coming over here to this one, I passed up like 3 or 4 of them. In fact, funny story, I was looking for this one specific brewery because I wanted to try the kolaches here, and I saw a sign for one right down the street, and I thought that was this one. And when I walked in, I was like, I don't see any kolaches here, and it smelled a lot like pizza and hamburgers and stuff. And I was like, I don't think I saw that on the menu. And then I looked at my phone, and I was like, oh shit, I'm in the wrong place. It's like a couple of blocks down. But yeah, there's like a brewery like on every corner here in Austin. Yeah, that's the thing. Brandon, is that especially if you're gonna try to have like a relationship, or if you are already in one and have like a family, like a wife and kids, or a girlfriend and kids, or whatever, right? whatever your situation is, it makes OTR makes that just 10 times harder, because although we have cell phones which we can do video and stuff, there is nothing, not to get too graphic here, but there's nothing like physical contact with someone. And it doesn't necessarily have to be in a sexual way, but like just physical contact, being able to hold somebody's hand or hug them, or just or just being like in their presence, like being able to feel their aura next to you instead of just being on a screen all the time. It's not the same. That's pretty good, Tanner. I was about, when I was with CFI before I had left, it's got really, really bad. Like, I mean, I was getting lucky if I was getting like 2,000 a week. And that's why I was like, I gotta go. I can't stay here anymore. I gotta do something else. It was getting like really, really bad, but I guess they've picked up a little bit. I mean, it has been a half a year since I left, so I'm glad they're picking up their business a little bit then. Yeah, San Antonio actually is a great place for local because of Laredo. Really, that's why San Antonio is a great place for daily driving. Because of Laredo, really, because really not just because of Laredo, but because of all the border towns, Laredo, McAllen, Eagle Pass, Del Rio. Those are all really, really good for international freight coming across. So San Antonio is a pretty good hub for daily driving, based on what I've seen. It's just about the situation, finding the right situation for you, and what are you willing to sacrifice for a local job, because you got to sacrifice something, right? If you're not sacrificing pay, you're sacrificing time. If you're not sacrificing time, you're sacrificing pay. You might be able to find something that meets in your middle. Hey Sam, how's it going, my friend? Glad to see you're doing okay. I already ran out of my beer, man. So I'm contemplating whether or not I should go get it. Like I said, it's like $6 for a beer, man. That's a lot. All these places make a killing on drinkers. $6 a beer, Jesus Christ! I can go get an 18 pack for like 12 bucks. Well, Brandon, as far as the current economy goes, I guess it just depends on what specific part of the economy. There's one thing that I have seen: there is freight to be moved. The problem with it is that the cost of everything has gone up, and the cost of what they're paying the drivers, and what the brokers are paying, are putting out for these loads is like astronomically low. The brokers are the ones that are taking a lot of the fat, and then they're giving the scraps to the drivers pretty much. So we're the ones that are kind of getting a little bit screwed on things when it comes to cost, because there's freight. I mean, there's freight to be moved everywhere. I've seen that. Like, I don't think freight is a problem necessarily. It's about the cost of the freight and all that stuff, things like that. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I think if, and then one thing I do know too, this is the other thing, right? There's so many different trucking companies still, even though a lot of them have either cut or sold or whatever. There's still a lot of them out there, whether they're little, whether they're small ones, big ones, medium-sized ones. There's a lot that are still out there, and it's just a matter of finding your right fit, right? So if you're comfortable with where you're at and you feel good about it, I don't see a reason to necessarily want to leave, unless your personal situation changes, right? That's about the only reason that you would. Or if you wanted to make more money, there's different ways to do that in this business, but it's not easy. It's kind of cutthroat sometimes based on what I've seen, but I mean, I don't know. Trucking industry is changing, that's for sure. It's changing every year. And I think, and like I said, going back to the thing with the brokers and stuff like that, what it really does is it really kills the independent truck driver life, or business. So if you want to go and be your own boss, and you have your own authority and stuff like that, it's almost a death sentence to try and start it, because of what these brokers are charging for their loads and stuff like that. That's why I have no desire as of right now to become a independent driver, because I just don't see myself being able to survive just based on what these brokers are charging for their loads and stuff like that. Like I said, they're keeping they're keeping the fat, and they're giving you the scraps, or they're taking the nice pieces of the meat, and they're giving you the fat, the scraps, the cutoffs, and but you're the one that are putting in the miles, or sacrificing your truck and your time and all that stuff, and you're not even getting what you need out of it. And then Uncle Sam wants to take all of its part too, so it wants everything there. So by the time you take home those checks, are they as much as they are, working for a company? I guess it just depends on what amount is comfortable for you. That's why it's like, and the nice thing I will say about this too, about being a local driver and having a consistent schedule with that, is that you can side hustle during your times off. You have a lot more time for side hustles. I say right now, I know I haven't really been active on here, but I've been doing a lot of planning. And I will say, not to give too much of a spoiler here, but this channel is going to be evolving a little bit. I don't want to change it completely, go completely away from truck driving, but I just feel like being a local truck driver, I see a lot of the same things every day. I don't see a lot of things that are too different, and I don't want to become redundant with the things that I record and the things that I put out here. So I feel like if I want to keep doing YouTube and YouTubing, I need to evolve. I need to evolve the channel a little bit. So I want to maybe do more. I still want to do trucking, right? Because trucking is what got me here and whatnot. But I want to evolve it a little bit. I want to kind of put a little bit more out there, kind of a little bit more entertainment based, right? A couple of different things out there. Still be me. Like, I'm not gonna go out and do like skits or anything like that. Although I could. I mean, I think I would be good at it. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I might do some random like reviews here and there of different things. Maybe do some food conversations about, maybe go to places like I am here. Like I could talk about places like going to this brewery here and talking about, how cool it was to come over here and visit this and see, things like bocce ball and disc golf, just little things like that I kind of want to work on the channel. But doing what I do now is what it gives me more time to be able to work on my side hustles and different things like that, like this, like be able to expand on things that I wouldn't be able to do if I was just going OTR and just out in a truck all the time. Let me see what have y'all said here. Sam, I'm having a great day. I'll tell you that. It's been an awesome day, and it's not over yet, just getting started. Brandon, it would depend on the situation. If I wanted to go back, if I decided to go back OTR, to be honest with you, right now I'm enjoying being local. I'm enjoying what I do right now, and like I said, it gives me more time to just do different things, have a little fun, work on my personal life, kind of expand on that a little bit, spend more time with family and friends and whatnot. And so I enjoy, being local right now. But given the right situation, the right company, all those things like that, I would definitely consider going back OTR again. I'm not gonna rule it out. It's always an open. I keep all my options open. Yes, SEVA does run OmniTrack ELDs, which was nice because if you know Tanner, that we used that's our primary. OmniTrax was the primary there at CFI, so it was an easy transition once they told us that we were using OmniTrax at SEVA. I was like, great, I'm 100% familiar with OmniTrack. It's easy. Ooh, that's a good question, Sam. I gotta tell you, it's the first time I had driven a Volvo and I like it. I do really like the Volvo. Um, uh, it drives well. It handles well. Um, it's a good piece of equipment, in my opinion. I like it. The only thing about the Volvo, if I had to say, that does get kind of annoying a little bit is that I feel like it does lack that kind of that true giddy up and go. If you know, if you understand kind of what I'm saying, in some aspects of it. Like sometimes I feel like I'm not even like halfway full in the trailer, and I feel like sometimes it struggles on an uphill, and I'm like on a slight hill, like not even a high one, and I'm like, I wonder if there's just not a lot of good. I wonder if there's not enough torque on that thing, or the torque isn't as good as it is on the Kenworth. Because I feel like with the Kenworth, I could get that thing to push hard, and it would still be all right. It'd still be fine. But either way, it's still really good. I really enjoy it. It's one of my favorite trucks already at this point. Like I love driving that damn thing. It's nice. Laredo run has to get boring. That's the thing. It's never boring because you always see something different every day. You know that, Tanner, on just driving on the road every day. Anybody that's a truck driver knows that every day is different. Now it's the same route, yeah. So I mean, you see the same things as far as the scenery and stuff like that. But there's always idiots out there that make it interesting, or a wreck or two that makes it like, oh shit, like oh damn, those kinds of things. It's repetitive. You're going to the same place every day and back, and every day and back, and every day and back. What's nice about it is that I know that that route and everything like the back of my hand, so I don't have to worry about things like GPS or anything like that anymore. So that's also very nice as well. Hey Bianco, I think it's the first time I've heard from you. And a Greyhound heading to Crowder. Oh wow, very cool. Enjoy your time at Crowder. I'm with Tanner. I really enjoyed my time at Crowder as well. I would suggest to everyone, if you're going to do the trucking school through CFI, go to Crowder, because at Crowder, what I liked about it is that you get, not only do you get the housing, but you get to go to the cafeteria, and they have different options every day, and whether you're vegan or not vegan or whatever, and they have coffee and all of that, and so you don't ever have to worry about going grocery shopping, like to get your own food, or you don't have to eat fast food every day or anything like that while you're there. Like you can go to the cafeteria and I think you can have breakfast, lunch, and dinner there. So I mean, where else are you gonna eat? If you go to the Springfield one, which I think is Truck Dynasty, I think they give you like a food budget, but you have to go and buy your own food, and you have to go and all that, and it's like that's too much hassle already, on top of the time that you're having to take to be in class, and then the time that you're having to do your studying and everything after class. You don't barely have enough time to do anything else. You don't want to have to spend it constantly cooking or going to the store to buy food, or constantly having to figure out what you're going to eat. I like just saying, all right, it's lunch or it's dinner time, let's go get dinner, and I just walk to the cafeteria and eat something. And so that's why I really liked Crowder so much, and everything's within walking distance. I think with Truck Dynasty, I think you have to shuttle from the hotel that you're staying in to Truck Dynasty every day. At Crowder, you're living on the campus, so all you do is just walk across to to the school, and that's it. And so everything was super convenient. The only thing I will say, Bianca, is this about Crowder, is because of its location of where it's at, there isn't a convenience store, there isn't a Walmart close by. The nearest ones are like 2 or 3 miles away, and I walked it. I walked it a few times, and that walk to go from Crowder to the nearest Walmart, I think it took me about an hour to get to Walmart walking, right? And if you're gonna take Uber, right, to go to the Walmart or whatever, um, the Ubers are expensive over there. I think the one way Ubers sometimes were like $10 to go like 2 or 3 miles down the street. So it was it was a little bit like that was the only thing, that was the only problem with it, is that if you want to go like to anywhere, like to go like shopping or to the movies or anything, you're gonna have to figure out, you're either gonna have to walk a lot of distance or you're gonna have to, to ride share over there, and it's kind of expensive to do that. um, every now and then, like maybe once a week, you might be able to ask your teacher, depending on who your instructor is, you might be able to ask them like, hey, is there any chance you could shuttle me to Walmart one of these days so I can go and get just essentials, like if you need water and just little snacks or whatever you need for the room. uh, that's kind of that's what you can do there. I would suggest, if you don't want to have to go to Walmart constantly while you're over there, just buy a bunch of stuff the first day. The first day, you can ask them if you can go to Walmart, and they'll take you to Walmart and you can get anything you need. After that, you're kind of on your own, or you're gonna have to try and entice them to take you to Walmart. And yes, that's actually a good that's a great idea, Bianca. um, I would knock them out, because those are all the you're talking about. I think you're talking about the online, like, classes or whatever, those things. You have to have those 100% done before the last day of class, or you will not get your certificates and you will not get your license. They'll hold it. They'll hold all the papers and everything like that. Like you have to have all those modules done. So you may as well just do them. You will get some time during class, towards I think the second week. You will get some computer time if you haven't already done them, like to start doing them. But if you already have access to them, if you already have access to them, just knock them all out. And then when they tell you, okay, who needs computer time, you can just say, I've already done them all. They're gonna say, okay, and then you'll just go back to you'll go do whatever else you're gonna do, or they'll send you home or back to the apartment or whatever. But yeah, just get them done ahead of time. Don't wait on it. Just get them done. Get them out of the way so you don't have to worry about that. That's my suggestion. I think I suggested that before. Just get them out of the way. Don't be one of those people that still has some left. Don't be one of those people that still has some left at the end of school, at the end of the session. Like, Jesus Christ, they give you enough time to do that. This way, you can spend more time actually studying for the test that you're gonna need to pass, right? The driving test and the pre-trip and everything like that. Especially the pre-trip, like, definitely spend a lot of time practicing on your pre-trip. That's the big one, because if you fail it, you won't even get to go driving. On the day of your test, if you fail the pre-trip, you won't go. It'll be it. You're done. You're done for the day at that point. But I'm excited for you, Bianca. That's cool. That's nice. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else in Crowder that's oh, I will say this. I take that back just a little bit. There is a convenience store, which is basically like the little, it's inside of the main, like the first building that you walk into. There's like a merchandise. It's like a gift shop almost there at the school, but they have like bottled drinks and little snacks and things like that. So there is a small little convenience store inside of that school in case you just need something quick, but it's not open all the time. It's got specific hours. So what I would do is check the hours on that little store, so that way hey, if I ran out of snacks or something and I need to go get something, you can go walk right there to that little gift shop store and get what you need. They got like the bare essentials there. I appreciate you, Bianca. I appreciate everybody that tunes in comments and likes the videos or whatever. I try to put a little bit out there, a little bit of everything out there for everyone. And I still enjoy doing this, like I said, but I want to evolve the channel a little bit into doing a little bit more, a couple of different things to kind of make it keep it interesting, because it it keeps me wanting to do this too. So I want to keep doing it, and I want to. I don't want to oversaturate either, but I think doing multiple things on the channel would help, at least help me keep me interested, and maybe give you more of an insight about me, that I'm more than just a truck driver. I got a lot of different ideas, and I'm pretty entertaining. I can be pretty entertaining in different aspects other than truck driving, So, but I've thought about doing things like maybe some gaming here and there, food stuff, maybe some cooking, some cooking videos just from home, different things, maybe some projects here and there, and then I think it was you, Brandon, or Tanner, that said explore Texas. That's actually not a bad idea. I think I'd like to do something like that and take everybody along with me for adventures and stuff like that. I think that'd be kind of cool to change it up a bit too. I was waiting to see if this place was going to pick up a little bit, but looks like everybody's going in. So there's nobody outside. I mean, I don't blame them. 100 degrees outside. I don't blame them for not wanting to be outside. I'm the only one outside of this place right now. I've been inside all day long. I mean, I'm fine being inside, but I like to be outside too. And I hate that it's hot as shit outside, because I'm an outside guy. When I come to places like this, I like to sit outside. I don't like to sit inside of a brewery. I like to sit in their patio and in their their back spaces and whatnot. That's kind of what I like to do. I mean, I feel kind of weird because I'm the only person that's out here, but I like to do that versus sitting inside. I don't know. That's not me. At least the sun is down. The sun's going down now, so it's not as bad as it was when the sun was up. The only thing I don't like is that there's a shit ton of flies out here. They're bothering the hell out of me. But it is what it is. Yeah, it's been hot. It's hot in Texas. I think it's hot everywhere in the South, but mostly here in South Texas. I think we hit record heat index highs this week. So it's been abysmal, that's for sure. Which is another thing. For you truck drivers out there that are truck drivers here that are already, always make sure to check your tires every day, especially right now during these really, really hot days. You're more prone to blowouts on your tires if they're flat, or if they're low on air. They're more prone to pop, or to pop easier than it is when colder temperatures, because of the heat so high, and of course the friction from coming from the low pressure, and then with it being as hot as it is already, and the concrete, the concrete is a heat conductor. So I mean, if it's 105 degrees outside, the concrete is probably like 150, 160. So I mean, shit, and then you're pounding your low pressure tire that's folding and folding and folding and going fast. You're just asking for a blowout really, really easily. So definitely do your pre-trips thoroughly during these terrible summer months. Save yourself some time and money if you're an independent as well. Can't believe we've already been on here for 40 minutes. It didn't even feel like 40 minutes. So I'm probably not gonna go. The sun's already going down, so once the sun goes down, I'm probably gonna get off here in a little bit. Move on to my next spot. I wanna have another beer, but I don't think I want another one here. Then I'm actually gonna go back to the first brewery that I went to and go try a beer over there. It's literally like 2 or 3 blocks away. I can walk over there from here, which is what I did. I walked over here from the other place, but I wanted to come here so I could try kolache. It was pretty good. It was a peach and sweet cream cheese one. It was delicious. It was also pretty expensive. It was like $5 for that damn thing, but it was good. thing's got a little like food truck out here outside too, it looks like. But it's been good. Everything's been great. Tell you what. But yeah, good luck to you, Bianca. I hope you. I think you'll enjoy it. If you have any questions or anything, always feel free to ask me anything. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on the Discord server is still there. It's nobody really uses it, but it's still there. But if you want to reach out to me there, you want to reach out to me on Instagram, or if you just want to leave a comment on a random video, you can do that as well. You can reach me on email as well. I believe my email is somewhere on here. I need to put it in my bio so that way everyone can see it. But there's many ways you can chit chat with me if you have any questions about anything, and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you as you start your journey on you know, in trucking life. I think you'll have a good time though. I enjoyed my time at Crowder. It was nice. It was during like the fall winter time, so we witnessed snow a few times while I was out there, and we were out there doing truck driving in the freezing cold in like 20-degree weather out there. Ugh. At least you're doing it in the summer, which you won't have to worry about freezing your ass off out there. You have to worry about sweating a little bit, but you won't have to worry about freezing your ass off out there while you're trying to move the truck around or walk to class or anything like that. Like, good Lord, just walking to class was a pain in the ass sometimes when it was like blistering cold outside, when it was windy and cold. But yeah, guys, I appreciate y'all coming out as usual. This was just kind of a random live. Next time, maybe I'll actually plan to do a live instead of just randomly popping out. But I figured, it's a nice day out here. I was enjoying a beer. I thought I would just come on here and see who hopped on and talk for a little bit. So this was fun. I enjoyed it. You too, Tanner. Have a good night. Did you do a lot of up north states? Bianca, I went everywhere. I'll tell you that. I went, just before I go, I'll answer your question, Bianca. I went everywhere. CFI does send you pretty much everywhere. If you go, if you go to, with CFI, like, they'll send you everywhere. I pretty much went everywhere, so you will have to do a little bit of north driving with CFI, but it depends on what you want to do with them. If you want to go OTR, you'll go everywhere. If you want to go regional, tell them what region you want to go, and they'll typically keep you in that region. But yeah, it's not too bad. But anyways, yeah, guys, thanks for coming out, and I'll see y'all soon. I'll be back on here pretty soon. But y'all have a good rest of y'all's night. Have a good weekend too. Peace.